This is one of those pajama reads, very early in the morning, still dark outside. But I always get up crazy early. Um, but this morning it was interesting because I had this real uptick in the feeling of connection. And, it really sort of was coming in waves. And this is unusual for me. I mean, this was much louder. Or at a deeper octave. I don't know how to describe it. It was different. And sometimes, once in a while, I'll get these waves of shivers up my legs. And it sort of can indicate I'm onto something that's I'm hitting some kind of frequency quite as if you were tuning a dial, a radio dial. It's an old technology where you'd be trying to get the frequency, and when you didn't get it, it was full of static. But then suddenly it would come in. The radio signal would come in. And it's as if suddenly, you're totally spot on where you can listen to the whole song. And there was a bit of that going on. And what I realized is that was freaking me out a little bit. And I'm somebody who does this every day and, believes I believe in it. But once in a while, it's just a very direct experience of the ineffable, what you can't really name, but is a vibrancy. So that made me understand that if it's hard for me to fully believe in this, and it's what I do every day. There's, I think, whoever you're dealing with is also freaked out by what they think it's you. They think it's your ability to sort of see into their lives in a way that is foreign to them, in that you're telling them things about themselves that they didn't even know themselves. And didn't want to acknowledge somehow, and you're giving voice to it, and it's like, whoa, got to get away from this. This is somebody who sees into my soul, in that they can't believe that that's real, and yet they sort of do, and that makes them just. And part of what you're processing is your ability to believe in this thing too. And there's a part of you that's like, and that's all about this ability is in everybody. And what you do with it, how you welcome it without getting puffed up, but if you're feeling uncertain about your own intuitive abilities, that's yours, and own it. But it's also whoever you're dealing with is scared of you as an intuitive, but they're really just worried about their own intuition and can they listen to it? Because it's challenging them, as it very often does. It doesn't come as like, hey, come, everything's going to be okay if you only, it can be sort of like, no, 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 I don't want to hear this. This scares me. Can I believe it? And if I trust my intuition, oh my God, it's leading me, I know not where, really. But it's you leading. It's, it's not external to you. It's sort of the interface between you and what you perceive as not you. It sounds very Swami, but jeez. Here we go. Hang on. It's low light too, and Five of Swords. That's to do with belief. Swords are a mental energy. What you believe, what you say, how you engage with the world. And this is it's like an engagement, like you engage in a battle. The traditional Rider-Waite shows people on a battlefield, winners and losers. And the two in the background are theoretically the losers. And this individual in the front is the victor. It's not a pleasant energy. It's a clash of swords. It's my beliefs over your beliefs. We're separated by it's who wins the argument. This is an energy of I've won the argument. Checkmate. Queen of Swords, same energy. Queen of Swords is very, very good at this. It's possible in this case, it's not a negative card at all. It's like truth wins out, sword energy. Truth is on my side. That sounds so divisive. But sometimes that's the truth. That because Queen of Swords is a truth teller. It sort of is. This is like winning at all costs, but in this case, it's sort of truth at all costs. Even if it loses me this battle, this, I come in with my truth, and it's a shit show. Or, let's see. Tell us about this Five of Swords, please. It's Page of Swords. Boy, have we got a lot of air energy here. You may be an air sign. You may be just operating in this energy of analysis. Big boundaries, big filters. A lot of thinking about it. Thinking about what's true for you. Having great clarity about something. And this is the Page of Swords. It's a new clarity. It's just now coming into the full light. You know how flowers, there's some of them that close up at night, open in the morning. I'm getting almost like that morning glory feeling. Morning glories are a plant, a vine, beautiful blue, purple blue flowers that only open in the morning and then they shut after the brightness of the day. So I think this is like Page of Swords, like a moment, excuse me, a moment of clarity, like a flash of it, like when you wake up and you know you've had an important dream, but you can't quite remember it. It's, oh, Rue, hang on, I'm sorry. Rue, on the keyboard. Shush. Shush. That is a naughty. That's my fault. Sorry, guys, that is really pitiful. I think I'm gonna post this anyway because this is jammies and you know, it's okay, Rue. Oh boy. And that was somebody, that was a reading of somebody else. Give me a second here. Oh boy. So, Page of Swords is a flash of understanding or a flash of memory, like remembering the dream. You know, where you can't really hunt it down. This is that sort of searching for it. Can I get it back, this dream? Can I understand, you know, what the symbolism was? Because it felt big. It felt illuminating. It felt like it was telling me a truth. Perhaps about this situation. Okay. I'm trying to suddenly remembered the real. That's never ever happened before. And I apologize. Okay. I gotta quit apologizing for stuff like that. Totally out of my control. And there was something about, I don't think you wanted to get into this kind of situation. It's almost like it's a conflict over beliefs. And it may be they can't believe what you believe. They're resisting that because it doesn't compute. You know, it's a new way of thinking. Page of Swords, beginner's mind. You know, how do I approach this new way of thinking? And Five of Swords can be a boundary. You're on this side, I'm on that side. By virtue of what we believe. And you may have found something in their belief system that was a deal breaker. You thought it was a deal breaker. Tell me about the Five of Swords, please. Okay. Let me just go get the one that... Okay. Okay. So we have Four of Swords. You know, this is a card of healing. Temporarily turning your back on something in order to, you know, it's sort of in a passive way, receive a truth. You're going into the quiet. What appears to be withdrawal from the conflict. You know, you're taking a look at trying to understand, what is it that I believe? Because something about this called out your doubt. That's healing. And Magician. This is a card of Gemini, Virgo. Gemini being a sword energy, which is what we have exclusively here. This is very much about understanding something after some sort of clash. And it's really like a deal breaker. You thought it was a deal breaker. If this is what you believe, we don't have common ground. You know, I call bullshit on it's really kind of harsh. You know, I'm setting a boundary with this because I don't believe you and you don't believe me. Somebody's in a position now of manifesting big time. And again, this thing I was talking about this morning. You know, sometimes when you recognize your own ability to manifest, that this stuff is actually for real, and it starts to channel through you, it can really freak you out. And if it freaks you out and you're watching this, you know, you have some faith in this method of understanding sword energy. Imagine how much it freaks out the person who's never thought that way before, sword energy. And now it's sort of pouring in through their, as it pours in through your head chakra, you know, that connection between you and the ineffable source of it all. It's a kind of surge of power that can be, it's like the wand that the magician holds is a bit of a lightning rod in a way. It attracts energy. And if you're not aligned, it can mess you up. Judgment. This could be a card of awakening, you know, being called back to life, being woken up. I mean, this would wake you right up. It would. It's like the energy can express through your body as nervousness or insecurity. Sword energy that's almost like paranoid. You know, what are you telling me? What are you trying to do? And it's that throat chakra. And I think you were telling the truth in a way that was so spot on, it freaked this person out. La 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 la, you know. But I think they're healing that and understanding they can tap into that thing too. Not only can, it will come, it will come. That intuitive knowing, Gemini energy, the entry point of intuitive knowledge. And they've manifested this almost in spite of themselves, like there was a lot of fighting against it. As it expressed through you, your insight. Swords are about sight and clarity, your insight into their lives. And it might have been fairly random things that you said, or, you know, telling them about a dream that you had or something like that. And they're like, whoa. But they've gone inward and discovered they can hear it too. They can know it too. When they're quiet and their defenses are down. You know, there's a time when they thought that this wake-up call, this sort of psychic alarm clock, it's happening, where they thought that was an external, they thought that was external. They thought that was about something you were, and they weren't. But this is really revisiting old beliefs and being able to, rise above them, to wake up to what's real, to your ability to tell the truth and recognize the truth. That's Queen of Swords energy. And it's almost like what at first they believe separated you, like, I don't do that, I can't do that, I don't use my brain in that way, that's foreign to me, that's a language I don't understand. I don't understand how you do it, I don't understand, kit and caboodle. That's being revisited because they're hearing in that way now. They're hearing the call, to recognize, because they always thought it was you tapping into the divine. And sometimes they thought, what a goofball, how gullible is this? And if I believe it too, I'm that gullible. And I don't want to believe in some way that is dependent upon my ability to know the truth when I hear it. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, to double look at it, because this is a major arcana, deep psyche from the from the depths of the psyche up into awareness, that waking up place. This is like cooperating with it, not fighting it anymore. Not fighting it anymore. Not fighting against the belief that there is a, well, this is sort of karmic destiny. It's a card of divine timing, of the wheel turning, and now, you know, things are aligned and it's favorable for you. They're beginning to understand, and so are you, that this is a place you've stepped into. You're on the bus. And it's something about, you know, I think you believed in the karmic destiny of this. And you said that out loud. And I think you could, this is a little convoluted, but you also couldn't believe that they didn't believe in it. Or that their beliefs would somehow negate, would separate you fundamentally from their logical approach. On Four of Swords, what's getting healed is the recognition of feelings about this relationship. Six of Cups. A soulmate connection. And what I think they're healing in their brain space, Four of Swords, is their ability to believe in this kind of way, in a way that heals them, in something as inexplicable as a connection like this. How could I feel this much? I'm fighting that. I'm fighting that feeling, Cups energy, but my brain is just saying, no, 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 no. Fight it off, fight it off. And it's probably your brain too. Like my feelings this morning as the shivers came up, it's like, what the hell? This is a little challenging. This is freaking me out a little bit. So on this Five of Swords is a card of defensiveness. You know, I'm blocking this. I'm like, my brain doesn't know what to do. So I'm throwing up the boundaries. You know, basically duck and cover. And again, there's this perception on the other person's part that this is all about you. That they don't really partake in it, that they're not part of this. And they not only so are, you know, that you've both manifested this. They're trying to say, you know, this is nuts and it's all on you. You're a fan. On Page of Swords. This is like the dawning activation of their own inner knowing. Remember I said this was like a glimpse, a dream you're trying to remember? You know, what's the lesson? How do I decode this? This is Hierophant. You know, you tune in to, you know, you get that dial to get into the frequency of your own inner, not just wisdom like divinity. That's what this person is being asked to trust. Lower your guard in this, what you perceive as a war of ideologies. I mean, really, this is like the resonant, it's like a sound that they can hear now, emanating from inside, and they're getting a glimpse of this way of knowing. Page of Swords. Lovely. We're going to stop it here. The sun. You know, this is full spectrum light. The warmth being revealed. Whatever this belief was that you voiced and that freaked them out because you were seeing into them, you really were, and it was not a bad thing, and that's what they're beginning to, that's coming clear to them, that it was warm, that it was light. It wasn't like I'm peering in, you know, I'm prying into your inner place. And it may have been that at some point. You may have been trying, I mean, getting that, like, literally with a crowbar, like trying to open a closed door. And at some point you backed off. You know, they were defensive. They saw this as a fight of, in belief system, and so did you. Something they believed or said freaked you out and freaked them out. But whatever you were doing to try to get at the truth and speak your truth, you know, brought light and revelation to this situation, allowing for this kind of energy of reconciliation, of the above and the below, of waking up to, you know, to be illuminated. And the wheel aspect again. You know, here's the sun up here, but this is like wheel within wheel, turning up in the middle of the air. It's like, you know, it's almost like a, can't you see it? Can't you see it? Yes, they can. Now. Couldn't have before. Couldn't have gotten their heads wrapped around this. Because this is somebody who, heretofore, could be a Gemini, really found it very hard to accept not only that you could do this, but that they could do it. So at first they didn't believe any of it. Then they thought it was you. It was only you who could do this. And as if that weren't sort of enough, then they realized, oh my God, I do this too. I'm both tuning into a frequency and sending out a message. Sending and receiving. Sending and receiving. So it's very powerful right now for them. And, you know, it's sort of coming in waves as it is for you. Do I dare to believe this thing? You know, is it time to wake up? To wake up. To my own abilities to attend to higher power, and to realize that a large part of that is understanding it's in yourself. This is a card of divine masculine, but it's a card of ego in the sense of self. It's being revealed to a divine masculine. This power is in me. Ego in me. And again, an image of a kind of lightning rod. Now, between the two of you, you have everything you need, magician energy, to manifest this ability to tune in, principally with your own, and then with their own, because that's the only way you're on the same frequency, you see? Acknowledging the internal deity and your connection to it, to that override, to that, higher octave of self. Hierophant, divine union. They're just beginning to believe it. They're just beginning to drop their guard. And I'm hearing, have mercy, as in not just have mercy on this person, but, have mercy. Can I believe this? And it only comes when you're ready, when they're ready, when you're both ready in divine timing. Till next time, you guys.